Veston here, and now it's time for another Top 5 Kanto Pokemon episodes list. For this list, I've chosen plenty of episodes that are worthy of talking about from the honorable mentions list. So, major spoilers are dead ahead. Let's get the countdown started, shall we? Number 5, The Water Flowers of Cerulean City. This is pretty much a surprise that an episode from early in its run is on this list. But hey, even though they had to improve on a few things, they managed to squeeze in a few good stories during the first 8 episodes. This is one of them. After spending some time in Mount Moon, Ash and the others find themselves in Cerulean City, where Ash is ready to earn a Cascade badge while Brock decides to explore the town on his own. Meanwhile, Team Rocket is up to no good again, as the night before, they sneak into a building where they steal an enormous vacuum cleaner to clean out the pool in the Cerulean Gym. This was back when Team Rocket was more of a threat than a comic relief. Anyways, after rolling the Cerulean Sisters don't do Pokemon battles, Ash learns that the main gym leader is, of course, Misty. Despite being a teenager, she has a lot more experience in Pokemon battles than her own sisters. So, it's Ash versus Misty in a 2-on-2 battle. Whoever wins gets the Cascade badge. Whoever loses has to pay for Misty's bite damages. My favorite part of this episode is, of course, Misty boasting devilishly of how water Pokemon have the edge in the water, and her sisters and Pikachu cheering on. And all of this was done brilliantly by Rachel Lewis' performance as Misty. She'll still sorely be missed. Of course, they got interrupted by Team Rocket trying to suck up all the water. Thanks to Pikachu, they were able to stop them. And out of sympathy, the sisters gave Ash the Cascade badge. After Brock returns from doing errands, he, Ash, and Misty move forward. Now, if you and Misty thought Ash got that badge out of sympathy, I have a personal theory on that. You see, after Butterfree lost the first round to Staryu, Pidgeotto used up a lot of guts to get to its evolved form, Starmie, which started knocking to a nearby wall. I don't think Ash got that badge out of sympathy, I just think he got it because, well, he defeated Starmie. I mean, Starmie didn't have the strength to get back up. I think he won it fair and square. But hey, if you disagree with my statement, that's totally fine. This episode earns the rank for being a better gym battle than the one in Pewter City, but it falls short compared to the other amazing episodes we'll be talking about next. Number 4, The Stun Spore Detour. Yeah, it comes as a shock that there's another Misty episode in this list, and it will be our only entry from the Orange Island season. Now, after Tracy and Ash unintentionally get infected by Vileplume's Stun Spore, Misty has to do everything she can to get her friends to feel better, which means she'll have to go out and find some Salveo weed, also known as a water herb. Because according to the Pokedex, it was the only thing that can cure Vileplume's Stun Spore. Meanwhile, Meowth and James are doing the same errand because somehow Jessie got infected by it too. Avoiding Team Rocket every step of the way, Misty finds a friendly Poliwag who helps her find Salveo weed underwater, which she succeeds at. She even threw the dog a bone and gave some Salveo weed to James and Meowth because she knew they were just trying to help Jessie. And both parties were cured thanks to Misty and her new Poliwag. At least Poliwag's an interesting replacement for Horsey, because let's face facts, she hasn't caught any Pokemon since Tentacool and Tentacruel. And this episode is one of the very few instances where Pikachu doesn't help on the journey. He spends most of the episode to keep an eye on Ash and Tracy. It's also cool that Misty got to use the Pokedex, which she hasn't done since Holiday Hijinks. This was a great one for Misty, her own adventure, and even a Psyduck managing to be competent for once. If you need a break from all the over-the-top shenanigans that Misty goes through and you want to see her help her friends in need, this episode is a nice way to calm things down. Changing its way into number 3 is the Perfect Hero. In this episode, Ash and the others find themselves in a nearby school where it's Kids Day, and the teacher, voiced by Amy Birnbaum, is upset about the fact that her scheduled Pokemon trainers can't make it that day to show off their Pokemon. Lucky for her, Ash, Misty, and Brock are the right trainers she's looking for, and they offer to show off their Pokemon. Ash shows off his Pokemon, except his Charizard for reasons I'll get into later. Misty shows all of her Pokemon, and Brock shows his Pokemon and continue to carry on until the end of Master Quest. One kid named Timmy, voiced by Casey Rogers, wants to play with a Pokemon, but he would rather meet a Meowth because a wild Meowth saved him from an angry Beedrill. Of course, nobody believes them because that was, a few weeks ago or something? Anyways, Team Rocket arrives with a magic act and they try to snatch Pikachu, but they only end up accidentally kidnapping Timmy. When they learn that this kid knows about Meowth, they decide to play along and have Meowth pretend to be the wild Meowth, but that ends up failing. Don't trust strangers, young Timmy. I like this episode, but I found it strange that this wasn't dubbed during the first 52 episodes of the Indigo League. Why did they have to wait so long until fall of 1999 to do it? Oh well, I guess we'll never know. Digging its way at number 2 is Attack of the Prehistoric Pokemon. Ash and the gang find themselves in Grandpa Canyon, where they bump into Gary Oak and his cheerleaders. Apparently there's a Pokemon Fossil Day going on, and he was invited to partake in it. Meanwhile, Team Rocket decides to blow the canyon with the smithereens to get all the fossils for themselves. Ash tried to stop them, but Pikachu stupidly thundershocked the dynamite into blowing up, which sends the characters underground, into the Earth's crust. Inside, they find themselves face-to-face with the somewhat extinct water Pokemon, Ammonite, Amistar, Kabuto, and Kabutops. Apparently the dynamite must have woken them up after thousands of years. They try to kill Ash and Team Rocket, but they retreat when they hear the wings of a flying pterodactyl named Aerodactyl. He brought Charmeleon down, and Charmeleon is ready to fight, but he still gets knocked down. Misty, Brock, and the other archaeologists help Ash get out of there, but before they can dig them out, Aerodactyl carries Ash with him and is with its feet. He taunts Charmeleon, which angers him even further, evolving into Charizard. Yet, he still wasn't obedient. I guess he was still thinking about the days when Damien abandoned him as a Charmander. So, it was up to Jigglypuff, who previously appeared in the song of Jigglypuff, to put an end to the chaos. Using her lullaby, she manages to put Aerodactyl back to sleep, and Charizard able to catch Ash, and the rest was prehistory. Get it? Come on, a little prehistoric humor. Lighten up. This episode has a lot of great action, a great setting, and even some interesting Pokemon designs. And I like how Brock uses Geodude to help them move the boulders. Another great episode with a big plot. And the next, #1 Pokemon Kanto episode is Battle Aboard the St. Anne! Like Tentacool and Tentacruel, this episode showcases a lot of action. In this episode, after leaving Vermilion City, Ash and the others find themselves getting tickets to a sea cruise on the famous St. Anne. Unbeknownst to our heroes, though, it was all a plan concocted by the head of Team Rocket, Giovanni. While on the St. Anne, Ash's Butterfree dukes it out against a rich guy who was Eradicate. He found out that Ash trained it so well that he decides to trade his Eradicate, which Ash reluctantly does. Speaking of new Pokemon, before Team Rocket can get their plan into action, James wanders around and meets the Magikarp salesman and his Magikarp. He convinces him that Magikarp is a gold mine, and if James can buy the Magikarp, he'll become fabulously rich. However, he realizes the awful truth. The ball was gold-plated, and he had been tricked out of his money for that Magikarp. But that didn't stop Team Rocket and their fellow grunts from moving forward with their plan into action. Their plan is to suck up all the Pokeballs from the trainers they tricked into boarding the ship. But everyone is ready, because instead of surrendering now, they are prepared to fight. This battle sequence is a lot of fun, with multiple Pikachus, multiple Charmanders, and multiple Geodudes beating up the grunts into surrender. Of course, during all this, Ash decides to get Butterfree back. Once the battle is over, Ash requests the rich guy to return Butterfree, and he obliges. Unfortunately, one thing Ash and the others didn't count on was that the St. Anne was going through a bad weather, causing everyone to panic and leave the ship, except for our heroes at Team Rocket. With the St. Anne sunk deep into the depths of the sea, with them trapped on board, which led us into the next episode, which I listed on my last countdown, #4, Pokemon Shipwreck. Overall, this episode was great. Lots of action, a few funny gags here and there, and a nice moment where Ash realized that he wasn't ready to give up on Butterfree just yet. Oh well, at least he got it back before he released him. Bye-bye Butterfree. Well, there you have it. Those are my other top 5 favorite Pokemon episodes from the Kanto region. What are your thoughts on these stories? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't seen these episodes already, have no fear. Links to them are provided in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, everybody. Bye.